you've been having a really interesting rookie season from like the G League and now, back with the 76ers. So explain to me, like, how does this all make you feel? What has your journey been like this season?
My journey this season, it makes me feel good. I put a lot of work in, and I think like what you put in, you get out. So, I went down. They told me I got to go play in the bubble. I looked at that as an opportunity to go get better. Mentally and physically. And once we got there, it wasn't a lot of resources that we could use. They had a weight room in the gym, but it was limited. We can't be in there all the time. So I had to put a lot of work in, like in my room, just to separate myself, to give myself a better chance at being successful. And I was reading a lot of books. I was reading a book called 10X Rule. And it was basically saying, like, you got to do massive action. Like the billionaires in the world, like people think they just became billionaires because they was given it, but they really work for it. They do a lot of different actions to set themselves up to be in that position. So it was basically saying, you got to do like 10X, like 10 actions a day. So I started doing that, 10 different things a day to help myself get better.
I see a little bit of what the vibe is like over there with the music earlier. What is the vibe like there with the 76ers? What's the vibe? Who are you closest with? Like, tell me what's going on over there.
What's not going on over here? It's the real question. The vibe be cool. Like, we got a group of guys that really like each other, like we all hang out. We all go out together sometimes. We be kicking it, So we got a good group of guys that's close with each other. And the vibes are great. Dwight Howard, probably the funniest dude on the team. If you it's just like he brightens up everybody's mood with his energy. And that's cool. You need somebody like that.
So then are there any funny stories that you have so far during your time there with the Sixers, with your teammates?
Any funny stories? Let me think. So just recently, Tobias, he put me on blast. He seen me dancing before, and now he always wanted me to dance. And he told coach, like, because before practice, like on game days, you shoot a half-court shot and say, like, if you make it, we don't got to practice. We don't never make it, though. And then Tobias is like, hey, if we can make you laugh, then we don't got to practice. The coach was like, okay. And man, Tobias gone. Paul, do the dance. So they put the music on. I did my little dance. I made coach laugh.
What's your little dance? Like you got to send me the video later so I could put it into this.
I got it from Kodak.
What did you say?
Kodak bot. It's
a Kodak bot? Of course it's Kodak bot. You got to get on some Lil Durk. I'm not kidding you about that.
You and Lil Durk.
Your clothing line that you have, and you recently said that you're going to come out with a t-shirt, or that you did, the Out the Mud. That goes into my next question. It's a whole thing on social media where it's like Paul got it out the mud, and it's all these memes like Paul and then like mud and like getting so like explain this saying to me. Where, like, who originated it for you? When did it become like a Paul thing?
No, I had tweeted it on Twitter like a long time ago, and I was just like, finna have to get out the mud again, It was like at the beginning of the season. Once I seen like what position I was in, I realized what I had to do.
For sure. And then every time you tweet something, it's like people replying with like the Out the Mud. So that's really interesting. What do you think that's like the slogan that represents you, like Out the Mud? You think that's
for sure. It's just, for me, it's like,
because you start like you start from the bottom and you work your way up, basically.
Yeah, and not really like needing help for real. Like people be expecting handouts and favors and stuff like that. Like, nah, go work for it. Make it happen. You feel me? Like you can make it happen. You don't need no help for real. Just, make it happen. So I feel like that's what I was on. That's what I'm on still. I feel like I ain't make it out the mud yet, but
you're getting there. You're
I'm getting there.
What do you think makes you different from the other rookies this season?
What makes me different from the other rookies? I'm gonna go and make sure that I'm working harder than them. That's what makes me different. I see how hard other people be working, it's like a competition for me to outwork the next person. I got to give myself an advantage. So I think that's what makes me different. Like I know I'm working harder than the other rookies.
Were there specific things that you wish COVID didn't exist during the season? Do you think it would have been easier for you going into the NBA, or do you think it did?
Oh yeah, heck, we would have did summer league, and we would have did summer league, and we would have been able to like do more workouts. Like I didn't do any workouts, so I didn't get to go up against anybody. And then with COVID, I came in, I had to sit out like 4 days of training camp. The first 4 days, how important that is. I couldn't even get loose. And then once I got in, I could barely get any reps. So it was like fighting for reps every day. It's tough, especially as a rookie, because you don't want to step on nobody's toes for real, but you got to. But then you can't like force it, because then it's going to be a problem. And you might end up, in altercation or something. And you don't want that. So it's just tough, trying to fit in, especially with COVID going on too.
So if you could go back to your younger self and tell yourself something that you wish you knew then, what would that be?
What would that be? I'd probably go back before I went to college. Probably like high school, just be more patient, to make sure that I'm more patient and watch who I hang around. Because I believe in like negative influences.